If you remember back when you very first got your MacBooks, there was a little setting that everybody had to change in order for their two screens, their computer screen and their projector screen, to show the same thing. And for most of you, that's the way you wanted it. You wanted both screens to be identical so that when you would move something and see it moving on your computer screen, it would also move on the projector. This is called mirroring. So any window that you open on the one screen will automatically open on the other screen. If you're in a browser window, the browser window looks identical on your computer screen as it does on the projection screen. In my example here, of course, it's a second monitor. So you can see what mirroring looks like. But in this particular instance, I'm going to show you how to turn that back off. And I'm sure you have forgotten completely about that. In your system preferences, you want to go to display. And then when your projector is connected, you'll see this arrangement tab. You click on that arrangement tab and just simply unclick or uncheck the mirror displays. What will happen is that you'll have two totally separate displays. So in this window then, you'll see that the mirror displays is turned off and you see two separate windows. The one on the left is your projection screen, and the one on the right, the one with the white bar, that's your computer screen. You can tell which is which if you just click and hold on them. You'll get a red box around the one that is identified by that icon. In between the two screens, there's a doorway. And that's how you're going to be able to take something from your computer screen and drag it over to your projection screen. So here's an example. I've got my computer screen and my second monitor. And I can take that Finder window. Notice it's only in one screen. But if I move my cursor, and I don't know if you can see it, but as soon as I hit that doorway, my cursor is now in the second screen. Now it's back to my computer screen. So I can take this Finder window and I can drag it, and when I reach the doorway, you'll see that it automatically begins to show up on my second screen, which in your case would be your projector screen or your smartboard. I can come back to my computer screen and I can click on Chrome, for example. And so I can have a Chrome window open on my computer screen while the Finder window is on my other screen. I can drag that Chrome window over through the doorway, cinch it up, and so I've got, for example, in this case, the Oregon City Schools website on the one side, whereas on my computer screen, I can go to Schoology, I can go to my Google Drive, I can go to if I've got Word open or my Smart Notebook file, so I can have two totally separate things on one side versus the other. The three-finger swipe even works. If I three-finger swipe up, I will be able to go from one application to the other. So those of you that like and use that three-finger swipe up, this works as well on both screens. Okay, let's go back to the display preferences again. And we're going to talk a little bit about how your brain understands which way the arrangement is. I will tell you that the arrangement that I have right now is my second monitor, or in your case, it would be your projection screen or your smartboard, is on the left, and the computer is on the right. But depending on how you've got your room arranged, you might want to make some adjustments to that. I have to have it match what the physical makeup is of my two monitors, or else I'm constantly messing up in my brain. So what I'm going to show you next is how to fix that. So again, my situation is computer screen on the right, second screen on the left. But what you can do is you can take the second monitor, in your case the projection screen, and you can just move it to the other side. So now the doorway is in that position. And so if I drag to the right, that's my door. So again, you can make it fit the makeup, the physical makeup of your room. I can also put it even on top. Now this one's a little tricky if you like to use cinch, but your doorway then would be at the top of your computer screen. So if I move this up, I can see that it is moving to my second monitor. You can't see the second monitor, but you can believe me, it's moving to the second monitor by going through the doorway above. So you can move it any side you want, whatever makes sense to you for the makeup of your room. All right, so now let me give you an example if you're in a Zoom session. So here you are in a Zoom session, and let's assume you're already sharing your screen. So on the left-hand side, you have your grid, and on the right-hand side, you then have the sharing of your screen. I can go down then and I can click on participants, and it's hard to see because my screen, when I'm taking the video, it's very bright. But I can take those participants, that participants window, and I can drag that over to the left-hand side, which is my projection screen. I can then go over and turn on my chat. And then I can bring my chat over to the second screen, again, my projection screen. So on the left-hand side, I've got my grid, my participants, and my chat. And on the right-hand side, I've got what the students are actually seeing, which is the sharing of my screen. So again, just to review, we talked about how to turn mirroring off so that you can have two separate screens, one being your projection screen or your smartboard, and the other one being your computer screen. We also talked about how to move the arrangement around to match the physical makeup of your classroom so that it fits with your brain a little better. And then finally, I gave you the example of how you can make this work when you're in your live Zoom sessions. And while you're sharing your screen with your students, you can still see everybody, you can see the participants, and you can also see the chat. So I hope this helps make you more productive.